Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. There is something which is happening in Kenya Kwanza, and if William Samoei Arap Ruto and his brigades are not careful, if they won't take action, then I can assure you, they will live to regret. For those who've been following the politics of this country very closely, there is mistrust which is emerging in Kenya Kwanza politics. You go to Kilifi, Amason Kingi, and Aisha Jumwa are fighting each other. You go to Nakuru, Susan Kihika and Kimani Ngunjiri are not seeing eye to eye. You go to Western, Musalia Mudavadi is crying. Malala is crying that William Ruto and UDA are sponsoring candidates in their strongholds. But something is happening in the larger Mount Kenya region, which has caught my attention. And I want us to look at it in this video. When William Ruto nominated Rigathi Gachagua as his running mate, the reaction was different. But it was expected that the entire Kenya Kwanza region, the entire Kenya Kwanza camp, were actually going to rally behind Rigathi Gachagua. But I'm not seeing that. In fact, when Rigathi Gachagua was nominated, I remember Moses Kuria had a launch of his campaigns, and he invited Rigathi Gachagua to that event. And he was spotted dancing with Rigathi Gachagua. But of late, something funny is happening. When the deputy president took Rigathi Gachagua to Nyandarua, a gentleman who is vying for the gubernatorial seat down there told William Ruto boldly that Rigathi Gachagua should not go round campaigning for other candidates. That should be left to the people. Most people took it as a joke. But of late, Rigathi Gachagua is going around the mountain campaigning for Ruto, but specifically campaigning for UDA candidates. That move has actually forced Moses Kuria, Mwangi Kiunjuri, former Kiambu governor Kabogo, to boycott his rallies. Why do you think these key allies of the deputy president are boycotting Rigathi Gachagua's rallies in the entire Mount Kenya region? In this video, I want us to look at why Moses Kuria, William Kabogo, and Mwangi Kiunjuri and others are boycotting these rallies. In fact, the only constant figure accompanying Rigathi Gachagua is Ndindi Nyoro. Why do you think they are boycotting the rallies? So before we get into all those details, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support, because without the support, this channel cannot be where it is now. Let us get straight to the point. Rigathi Gachagua was in Tharaka Nithi. Kindiki, Professor Kithure Kindiki, was missing. Why do you think Kindiki was missing? And why do you think in his rallies, key players in Kenya Kwanza are missing? Number one, the first reason why they are missing, I think Rigathi Gachagua is on a mission and assigned by the deputy president himself to go to the mountain and campaign for UDA candidates. And this is not sitting well with someone like Moses Kuria. Take, for example, Moses Kuria. Moses Kuria has his own party. Moses Kuria is running for the Kiambu gubernatorial seat. The moment Rigathi Gachagua will be going to Kiambu, he will be going there to campaign for Moses Kuria's opponent. He will be going there to campaign for UDA members of parliament. That's something which Moses Kuria is not taking lately, something Kabogo is not taking lately. But this gentleman, for political reasons and for perception addition, are key to William Ruto. So which means for William Ruto, he can't go against these guys. And that's why you won't see William Ruto going to the mountain to campaign for 6-piece, UDA 6-piece. They call it wheelbarrow sitter. And he has tasked Rigathi Gachagua to do that job. In fact, the only place Rigathi Gachagua will not be selling 6-piece, because he has instruction to sell it in Rift Valley and in Mount Kenya. The only place he is exempted from is Nakuru, because in Nakuru, the politics there is a bit different based on Rigathi Gachagua's history. So I think because of the 6-piece campaign, these guys are not willing to join him, because probably if they go, they always say that whenever they go to these rallies, Rigathi Gachagua would always give UDA candidates the opportunity, but not other parties. So that's number one. Number two is post-2022 politics, especially in the larger Mount Kenya region. Who is going to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta? Let's assume that the Deputy President William Ruto becomes the next President of the Republic of Kenya. The truth will remain that William Ruto is a challenging leader. The Kikuyu nation would also want one of their own. And the person the Deputy President gave them is Rigathi Gachagua. And according to them, Rigathi Gachagua is not the right guy. So who is going to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta in the mountain? This is how it's going to affect Moses Kuria. Assuming today that, let's assume that elections are conducted. In Kiambu, we have 3 candidates: Wamatangi, Moses Kuria, Kabogo. Let's assume that after that election, Wamatangi emerges the winner. Do you think Moses Kuria and Kabogo will have a chance in post-Uhuru Kenyatta's politics, especially in the mountain? They won't have a chance. And because they won't have a chance, because they know that they are doing everything. Moses Kuria is going to do everything to frustrate Rigathi Gachagua. In fact, when he invited Rigathi Gachagua to Kiambu, he thought he would win the endorsement of Rigathi Gachagua. Because remember, initially, Moses Kuria and Rigathi Gachagua were not seeing eye to eye. He kept on referring to him, once a Dio, always a Dio. But once he was nominated, he said, okay, can you come to my event? Rigathi went. But because of post-2022 politics, Rigathi Gachagua wants to be the one who is going to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta based on the pecking order. I'm assuming that William Ruto is going to win. So if William Ruto will win, he's going to be the deputy president, which means in the larger Mount Kenya region is going to be the topmost. Moses Kuria would also want to be the Mount Kenya kingpin. William Kabogo would also want to be the Mount Kenya kingpin. As a matter of fact, even Kithure Kindiki boycotted the event. Why? Because he also wants to become the Mount Kenya kingpin. So that's number 2. Number 3, in my view, I think William Ruto is a very shrewd politician. And William Ruto learned something in 2013 and 17. That for him to succeed, he must ensure that he takes control of the constituencies. In 2017, while Uhuru Kenyatta was focusing on forming the next government, William Ruto was already plotting how to kick him out of the mountain. So during the Jubilee nominations, which Ruto took control over, he ensured that his people were planted in the mountain. That's how he managed to take control of the mountain minus Uhuru Kenyatta's support. Now we are headed to 2022. And after that election, how many members of parliament will be elected on William Ruto's party? How many will be elected as an independent? And how many will come through Jubilee? How many will come through other political parties? Those are the questions William Ruto is asking himself. And he has arrived at the conclusion that for him to continue taking charge of the Mount Kenya politics, he needs the numbers. Many MPs must be elected on his party ticket, governors, senators, MCS. There's no shortcut. As much as he needs the vote for the presidency, he also needs these numbers. And for him to get these numbers, what he has done now is that he has now assigned Rigathi Gachagua specifically to campaign for these guys. Because the truth of the matter is that William Ruto understands that even if he becomes the president or not, Mount Kenya is still key for him. Assuming Raila Odinga becomes the next president of the Republic of Kenya, if that's going to be the case, William Ruto will need a strong opposition. He can only be strong if he will win in Rift Valley. He will clean sweep in the mountain. Because if you won't do that, and Raila Odinga succeed, Martha Karua becomes the deputy president, then the mountain will easily rally around Martha Karua. So I think those are some of the factors which you consider. Number 4, in my view, I think there's serious fights for political parties' funds. These political parties' funds is going to determine the future of political parties in this country. For example, how many members of parliament will UDA win? So if they can win all the MP seats from the mountain and you add to the presidential, it will be simple. They will get money, political parties' funds, based on their numbers. So if you have these political parties' funds, then you can do A, B, C, D, E, F. Without it, you are done. In fact, the reason why Raila Odinga, ODM party, fell out with Kalonzo and Mudavadi and Weta was because of these political parties' funds. With it, a political party can do anything, even if they are not in power. Someone like Musalia Mudavadi, for example, would need political parties' funds. So how do you tell him to allow, how do you sponsor a candidate against his own candidate in his own constituency? So that's what Ruto is doing. Ruto wants to win majority of seats for the purposes of political parties' funds. But Moses Kuria and the group are also waiting and saying, okay, that's your scheme. You also need this money. So instead of going to campaign for your guys in the name of accompanying Rigathi, let's forget about it. And lastly, there is just a general mistrust within Kenya Kwanza. That mistrust probably is caused by ideology. Most of these guys, they don't rhyme ideologically. They don't share the same ideology. Yeah, like Kingi joining Ruto. Mudavadi maybe is tied to Ruto through KANU, maybe. But there are some who are joining Ruto because they're not comfortable with Raila Odinga. And once that happens, then it means the mistrust. There's serious mistrust. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day. Bye-bye.